Parents, students, and my colleagues who are back at school at 6:30 p.m., kudos to you. Thank you everybody for coming tonight. I know this is a crazy time of year with the holidays and vacations and cold weather, so thank you for taking some precious time out of your schedule to decide which middle school fits you and your child the following school year. Thank you very much. All right. Before I begin, I was unable to make it tonight, so I still wanted to be able to let you know what Heritage Middle School has to offer. And my first advice to you, please, is to just breathe. Sixth grade is literally 10 months away for you and your child. Students, just breathe. You are not going to be a sixth grader for almost 10 months. Please enjoy these last 6 to 7 months in your K through 5 building. Enjoy being a fifth grader. Enjoy being in an elementary school for the very last time, and just worry about that. We will worry about the stresses and the fears and the worries of sixth grade sometime around August. Please enjoy fifth grade for one final time and enjoy your summer. And then as we get closer to September, that's when we'll really start to stress out about sixth grade. Parents, students, again, fears are normal. You may be having stresses. I'm never going to be able to get into my locker. Oh my goodness, there's going to be bigger kids. How am I going to find my way around the hallway? I now have many teachers. That's normal. And it's all going to work itself out, I promise. Speak to any sixth grader right now. Ask them if they fear or have to stress over the hallway or their locker or their teacher's schedule. They don't anymore. Anytime, whether it's living in a new city or starting a new job, change, you just get used to the routine, and it takes a little bit. Some teachers of friends of mine have been teaching in this building for 8+ years, and they're still not used to waking up so early. So some things you get used to, some things are still more difficult than others. So I promise you, all those stress and fears that you have of your locker and the hallways and class schedules, I promise you it's not going to be a big deal after you've been in school by about a month. I promise. One thing about middle school, it is a little bit different. We have an earlier morning. How many of you start school between 9:15 and 9:30? Teachers? Any hands in the air? Adults? Students? How many of you start school at about 9:30? All right. We start school here at 7 a.m. It's a little bit different. So no more sleeping in next year till 8 o'clock, 8:30. We start school. First period begins at 7:15. You're going to have more adults next year. You're going to have more freedoms next year.
Mr. Gerasi called the main office. Mr. Gerasi called the main office.
And more announcements apparently too. So middle school is a little bit different, but we'll talk about those differences, like I said, towards the end of the summer as we get closer to September. Truth. Are you going to have hours and hours and hours of homework in sixth grade? No, definitely not. Will you have more than fifth grade? Sure. Will you have more freedoms? Sure. Will you have to be more responsible now? Yeah. You have to study a little bit more? Yeah. Do you got to wake up earlier? Yeah. But like I said, all of those truths that happen in middle school, from more freedoms to waking up earlier to having to study a little bit more, it becomes habit and routine quicker than you realize. Tonight's not a night to compare and say one middle school is better than the other, and one middle school is going to, say, well, we don't have this, they have that. This is not what tonight is about. Tonight we're here to show you what amazing things we do here at Heritage, and then it's up to you to decide for yourself what's the best fit for you and your current fifth grader. Remember that both middle schools have a lot of the same things. Every child has their own Chromebook. Every child has their 4 core subjects. Every child will have an opportunity to take part in a drama club, some after-school clubs, chorus, band, orchestra. All your middle schools have that. What makes middle school here at Heritage a little bit different is the big thing is that we have block scheduling here in sixth grade. Your sixth grade teachers take pride in having our block scheduling. We've worked very hard to keep that over the past few years here at Heritage Middle School. Your typical middle school periods are 42 minutes long. Here at Heritage, we have our sixth graders for 68 minutes at a time, which is great. We have them for a period and a half. So that gives them an extra, do the math, over 25 minutes each class every day to learn new math, Common Core, to take part in social studies and science and English. So we have block scheduling. We have our students for 68 minutes a clip, while most other middle schools only have their kids for 42 minutes at a time. So we really like that here at Heritage Middle School. You have 3 sixth grade teams who communicate with their families and their parents a lot. All 3 teams either use, the Remind app or use emails or use a weekly newsletter. We constantly want to keep you in the loop, and we want to make the transition from 5th grade to 6th grade as smooth as possible. So you have 3 sixth grade teams here. All of our teams really, really, really constantly communicate with their parents. You have a building that's very safe. You literally downstairs have 2 locked doors that you need to come through even before a security has checked your ID and buzzed you in. It's almost impossible to get into this school. It is impossible without proper identification. As you leave the room, take a look at the hallways, look at the ceilings. There are literally dozens and dozens and dozens of security cameras on a constant loop feed to make sure that you and your child are safe. You have a building here at Heritage also that has been set up so certain sections of each floor have certain grades. We've purposely centered our 6th grade in specific spots of the building so they're not transitioning from class to class, walking past 8th graders who are twice their size or 7th graders who are a year older than them. We specifically have them sectioned off 6th grade in specific spots of the building, so they're only traveling with 6th grade through most of our time. We really want this 6th grade transition for them to be very smooth. You have a building who goes on a lot of field trips. We have a building who goes everywhere from the culinary to medieval times to Chelsea Piers to Black Rock, and they go all over. They went and we have a few teams this year who went to see a live symphony play, and we really try to get the kids out to a lot of academic-based field trips so they can experience it hands-on. We have after-school clubs and activities. It changes every year, but this year running after school, we have Project Hope, which Give Back to the Community. We have a guitar club, a book club, a yearbook club. There's currently no sports for 6th graders in the district at all. That's for insurance purposes and statewide rules and laws. So no 6th grader in the entire district is allowed to play any sports. That's no matter what middle school you're at. We this year are fortunate enough to have Mrs. C be our drama club director. South Middle School took a lot of pride in their drama club and their plays that they ran each year over the past 2 years. And we were lucky enough to have Miss C join us this year, coming from South Middle School, running our drama club in the spring. This year in the spring she'll be doing a play that focuses on the decade of the 80s. And then the following years, I've spoken to her, she's going to do more musicals like The Lion King and Aladdin and et cetera, et cetera. So she's really taking pride in that energy and that love for theater that she now brings to Heritage Middle School. Again, parents, students, we are 10 months away from you becoming a 6th grader. We don't need to freak out or have any stresses here in December of 2018 when you will not be a 6th grader until September 2019. I think this open house should be a little bit later. This should be in the spring, but I don't make the big bucks to make those decisions. So here we are far in advance. But just please, please, please do not stress about becoming a 6th grader yet. Please enjoy, students, please enjoy being a 5th grader. For these next 5 to 6 months, and parents, please enjoy having your child in that building that they've been a part of for over half a decade. We can worry about middle school as we get further on. Students, what can you do though when you do come in September to make sure that you give nothing but your best? Make sure you use that agenda. Every child will receive an agenda that the school pays for. Make sure you use that to make sure you keep yourself organized. And students, my best advice to you is to speak up. Whether something is uncomfortable or you don't know where you are, or somebody is bothering you, please find an adult that you feel comfortable with in the building and make sure that you speak up. We're here to help, and we want to make this transition from 5th grade to 6th grade as smooth as possible. We want Heritage to be that figurative bridge that helps, smooth bridge that helps you get to the high school. Parents, what can you do in when September rolls around? 2 things. 1, check that agenda. If your student's going to be very responsible and sign that agenda every day and write down their homework, make sure you're taking a look at it to make sure they're organized. And do me a favor, parents, when 6th grade rolls around, don't bring their homework in for them. Don't bring in their violin. Don't bring in their lunch for them that they left at home. Let them fail. Let them. I promise you, if you keep bringing things in for them, they're never going to learn. All right? Let them fail, and then next time, they'll remember to grab that lunch, that violin, that trumpet, that homework, that project off the kitchen table, and they know that a call home's not going to work. I promise you it'll work. Thank you. And teachers, what can we do? I know there's a few of you in the room right now, and I know you can agree with me that we're going to make this transition for whatever students that we have smooth, and we're going to make Heritage a safe home feeling for them for 3 years. We're going to teach them study skills for them to do their best. We're going to be transparent with our expectations and our assignments and our deadlines, and we're going to have Heritage Middle School a place they look forward to go to every single morning over 180 times a year. All right. I don't have anything else for you right now. I wish I could be there to meet all of you 5th grade parents and those of you that do choose Heritage Middle School. I look forward to meeting all of you in September. Keep an ear out for 6th grade orientation during the summer, where we're able to welcome our 6th graders in and meet all of them. And I look forward to being a part of that sometimes in the last week of August this year again. All right. Again, 5th grade parents, 5th grade students, my staff, hello there. I miss you. I will see you tomorrow. And thank you for taking time out of your crazy schedule to come here and learn about Heritage Middle School. That's all I have. The end. No fancy effects or nothing like that. Thank you all for coming. Have a great night.